Usually when we hear about human trafficking, we hear stories of people from developing countries being brought into countries that are maybe better off. In the case of Taiwanese people being trafficked overseas, what we're tending to see is them leaving Taiwan, a very developed country, and heading towards some more poorer countries. It seems to be the reverse of what we normally see. Why do you think this is?
The difference between the highest and the lowest household income is now is 6.13 times, which is the highest record in 8 years. So the gap between the highest and the lowest income is huge. And also, when we saw the trafficking cases, the scams also usually take advantage of the fragility of humanity. So is it not only relevant to the education level? Everyone might dissatisfied with life, or so that's the cause or the desire for them to persuade a better life in other countries. Scam is also carried out by using this kind of weakness of human beings. And also we saw that many scams rely on some personal relationship, especially for friends or acquaintance. Usually will put down our precaution, and therefore it's easily for people to fall into the traps.
What sorts of laws are on the books in Taiwan against human trafficking? It seems that at least some of the perpetrators, in addition to the victims, are Taiwanese. If they were to be sent home to face justice here in Taiwan, what punishments could these traffickers face?
We have Human Trafficking Prevention Act in Taiwan. So you can see that Taiwan is even ranked as the first grade for battling the human trafficking in the U.S. TIP report every year. And also in the Article 34 of Human Trafficking Prevention Act, if anyone using such means as force, threat, intimidation, confinement, fraud against another person's will, to force him or her to again harvesting for profit, that they will could be sentenced to in prison for over 7 years, or maybe fined up to New Taiwanese dollars 7 million.
What are organizations like Amnesty International doing to help make sure that victims are safe and are able to get home safely?
We do notice that the human trafficking issues is a very serious crime which happened in the area. So it's not only happening in Taiwan, but also in many ASEAN countries such as Cambodia, and others. So it's a long-standing problem in this region. So we will keep monitor and also call on the Taiwanese government, the Cambodia government, or even the ASEAN countries to work together to combat human trafficking issues in this region.